Hello and welcome. My name's Diane and I'm coming to you from Walsall in the West Midlands again. Welcome back to all the subscribers who've been here before, and welcome to all the new subscribers. There's been absolutely, well, we were at 97 last time I did a podcast. And as you all know, we're going to get a giveaway at 150, and we've surpassed 150. I think we were on 152. So welcome all you new people. Thank you for being here. Welcome to all the people who've been here before. Thank you all for being here. I'm humbled. Yeah, I never thought I'd get a view on these, so thank you. You can find me on Ravelry as Diddy-01, on Instagram as Yew-tree-Yarncraft. I'll pop everything in the notes below. I also have a little Etsy shop called Yew-tree-Yarncraft. If you ever want to just pop along and have a little look there, it'll be most appreciated. I do knitting, sewing, a little bit of crochet, but I'm mainly knitting these days. I absolutely adore my knitting right now. So is there anything else before we let's just jump. I'm going to do things the same as last time, I think. So I'm going to start off with the finished objects, go into whips and frogs, but we'll talk about that later, and acquisitions, and what I want to be casting on next. I've got a little my favourite things. So yeah, let's jump straight in. I've got my coffee in my favourite cup. I think this has been on all the podcasts so far, so I need to get another favourite cup, don't I? But you know, when you've got a favourite, you've got a favourite. So right, the socks that I was doing for Richard, I finished. So let's get that on there. And he loves them. He's I have actually just stolen these off his feet to show. And it doesn't fit on the sock blocker very well because obviously I've got a small sock blocker for my socks, and his socks are a little bit bigger than my socks. So there we have it. And I think I showed the yarn for this on the last one. It was Life in the Long Grass, called Cauldron. Look at me. The colourway is Cauldron. 64 stitches, 1x1 rib on there. My usual Fish Kiss Lips heel, which I love. I need to start and try a new heel, but yeah, they're off the needles, and I have two. There's the other one. So yeah, he absolutely adores those. So, and I'm sorry, but that's the only finished object I've got. I have made lots of progress on one of my whips, but we'll get into that while we're on socks. I had a lovely message from a lady called Sylvia. Hi Sylvia, if you're watching, thank you. She sent me a lovely message, and she has a Richard as well. So hi Richard, thank you for your postage. And she sent me a lovely message which basically said she'd got some camo yarn, and remember on the last podcast we talked about camo socks for Richard, and they turned out stripy. She'd said she'd got several skeins of this camo yarn. She'd made Richard several pairs of socks, and there's only so many that he can wear. So she very kindly asked if I'd like a skein of her yarn, and I said, oh yes please. And oh my word, it is absolutely gorgeous, out of this world. And she also attached me some little stitch markers, so that's the skein. You can see there's a little bit of pinky purple in there. But she sent me some pictures of the yarn already knitted into socks, and my word, they are proper camo. So this is gonna, I did intend to get this. I did send her a message yesterday and said, oh, the wool's arrived, I'm gonna get it balled up and get it on the needles, but I was so tired last night. Didn't happen. Sylvia, it's happening today. And she sent me these lovely keyring stitch markers as well. With that, there's a little heart, a little adorable 4-leaf clover. What's that one? And like a diamond. They're absolutely adorable. So thank you so much. And a little star as well. There we go. Little wand. So that is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm really going to enjoy knitting that up. So where have we got? We've got no more finished objects, I'm afraid. So we'll go on to whips. Shall we start with the frog? Let's start with the frog, because then everything else is kind of going up in the right direction then. So last week, or last time, I said that I wanted to do the spike for the pattern. That's the pattern. Oh, I've got a little bit of shadow on there. The light's not very good in here today. Oh, by the way, we're in the bike room today. We had a week off, as I said on the last podcast, but we were supposed to be moving everything around, and I was moving into this room with my crafty stuff. That hasn't happened, but today, because I'm doing the drawer, Alexa is in here. So I just thought I'd explain why I'm in the bike room and my craft room isn't in here yet. So anyway, that's the explanation for that. So yeah, but it's not too bad. Once I get behind where you are, there's a double wardrobe, but it's floor to ceiling, so we've got to take that apart and take it in pieces and then reassemble it in the other bedroom so I can bring my table into here. But I was so poorly on my week off. I mean, I started off with a cold, which just, by Monday morning, I was absolutely hanging. It was awful. So I think it was about, and Richard was poorly as well. So we both really suffered over that week. It seemed a bit of a waste of a week off, but you know, you can't help being poorly, can you? And you can't choose when it's going to happen. So that's what happened, and that's why I'm still not in here officially, but you know, Alexa's in here, so I better not shake that too loud. She hasn't woken up. It's okay. She's just down. Is it down behind the headwind? There she is. That box there. So anyway, yeah. So I told you I was doing this sprig, and I'd got my yarn, and I wasn't 100% happy with the yarn that I chose. The colours, the yarn is beautiful. It's Ducky Darling's Finest, in buttermilk and ginger ale. I should remember these now, shouldn't I? Because I have said them a couple of times on the podcast as well. So yeah, I'm sorry. Frogged. I think more than anything, I'm sticking with these colours. I'm not going to change. I'm determined. I love these colours. They're so, and they're such beautiful, beautiful colours. And they knit up beautifully together. So I'm going to stick with the colours. I just think I need to go up a needle size so that I've got a little bit more distinction when it comes to the colour work part. And I should have done up my sleeves, shouldn't I? To be fair. Oh, do you know what? I can just copy what I leave on open. It's not going to hurt anything, is it? I'm sure you guys know I'm not professional, so. So yeah, I'm going to stick with my colours for that. And that's living in one of my bags. And the material for this I bought from Ellie at Craft House Magic. And it's lovely. Really love it. So yeah, that will be going back onto the needles in the near future. But right now it's sitting in the naughty corner. It's not going to stay there though, you know. So right, I have started another sock. Oh, where's that one? Oh, I'm gonna go and grab it because I need it. Give me a minute. There we go. I should have put some music in there, shouldn't I? Like lift music. Okay, so we've cast on another sock. 64 stitches, and this, I love how this is knitting up. It's really lovely. The yarn is Black Death. Quite apt for Halloween, don't you think? Yeah, it's called the Black Death. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 50 gram skeins, and that is an Attic spin dye. Okay, and I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous yarn. It's beautiful to knit with, and it's knitting up really lovely. So I'm happy with that. And that's my first. I've only got one sock on the needle at the minute because I've got another sock on the other 3.75, which I may change to a different size, but we'll see. So this is another one that I've started. And I think this is opal yarn. What have you done with the ball band? Oh, this is going really well, isn't it? Professional as always. It's an opal yarn. Their colourways come in. I'll see if I can dig it out somewhere, but I've only got to the ribbon at the minute. But I love how that's coming along. I'm not decided who these are for yet, but that was an acquisition, which we'll get to with the acquisitions part shortly. Right, what's next on my list? I think this is my last whip. Is it my last whip? At the minute, this is my last whip. And this is my ranunculus, which is knitting up really well, but I've got to say I had a frogging moment with this as well. If you remember last time, I got down to just past the short rows there, and when I was doing I had a problem, didn't I, with my little eyelets. Some were there and some were off, so I tried it several times and I just couldn't get it right. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you can kind of do it and it kind of plays nice and goes how you want it. Sometimes it just doesn't, and I've tried several times. So I frogged it, started again. So I've done this much so far. I've split for the sleeves, which it tells you on the short sleeves you're supposed to just cast off the sleeve, and this is for Sylvia as well. If you're watching Sylvia, we discussed, because she's thinking of doing a ranunculus, and we had a whole conversation about hows and do's and knots and all the rest. So I've on my last one did an I-cord bind off. So on this one I decided I want an I-cord bind off the same. So it has you cast on 4 or 6 stitches there, I can't remember offhand, and then obviously for the arm. So, and then it asks you to just cast off these stitches and just leave it floppy again. Same as before, I didn't want it floppy, so I'm going to do an I-cord bind off. So I've just put it on some wire with stoppers, and they're just hanging out there for the time being. So when I come back to that, I shall just pick up the stitches, do 2 rounds of just plain stockinette again, and then do the I-cord bind off, the same as I did with the other one, because it felt really nice and kind of not tight, but you know, I don't like things kind of too short or too flappy. But you can do, I mean, the more obviously that you knit down here, the longer your sleeve's going to be here. So that's what I'm going to do. What else can I say about this? So yes, I think I'm past where I should be starting. I think it usually gets you to do the ribbing for the bottom, because it's supposed to be a crop. I don't like crop, I don't like showing my belly, as you all already know. So I'm going to do I'm going to change back to this colour here. So I shall do a row of this and a row of that, a row of this, a row of that, for probably another 4 or 5 rows, and then I'm going to do part ribbing in this and then finish off in this one on the bottom. But yeah, it's looking, it was looking a little bit wider than the last one. So what I've done, when I've come underneath the arm here, I've just decreased a couple of stitches on each side, just to give me a little bit less, and as it's coming down, I shall try it on again. I mean, I've tried it on, it does fit quite well, but it's not, I like it a bit baggy, but I don't want it too baggy. So if it's still a little bit tight, I shall take another couple of stitches off each side. And my yarns for this were Cottage Garden, which is the main colour, and this is a one of a kind, which was this one here. So that is the one of a kind, Ducky Darlings, one of a kind there, and Cottage Garden, that one. Yeah, loving that. I think I've been monogamous on this week, to be honest. Apart from doing the socks, finishing off the socks for Richard, I didn't get a lot of knitting done on my week off, which I was very disappointed with, because I was just feeling too bleh. And if I don't get any knitting done, you know I'm poorly. Because even if I'm not feeling the best, I'll still sit there and do a couple of rows on something. But no, it was just too much. Right, so yeah, that's all my whips, current whips. Future whips. I purchased a pattern on Ravelry. What's the podcast? Wool and Vine. I don't know if well, everybody watches Wool and Vine, I expect. Excuse me. Still got a little bit of frog. I'm sure it'll go at some point. Yeah, Wool and Vine, I watched a couple of podcasts ago. Now she's doing a couple of weeks now, but so I don't know which one it was on. But she cast on the Koru sweater, and it looked absolutely divine. It looks beautiful. That is the, why is it doing that? There we go. That's the sweater, but it's got this beautiful lace on the top there, and she's doing it in a kind of blacks and greys with a little bit of flecks of silvers and whatnot, and it looks absolutely lovely. So that is my next cast on. I haven't got the yarn for that yet though, so that will be in my next acquisitions, I expect, for next time. But I want to get that on the needles for next time, so saying it on this vlog, it holds me accountable to do that. And the other one is, this was a free pattern when I got it on Expression Fibre Arts. She does some beautiful patterns. She's in collaboration, I think, with several designers, and they're absolutely amazing. And this one was for a hat and a scarf and cowl set. Now I'm not sure if this is still a free pattern, but because she does one every week, doesn't she? And it's been I think it was very early in the year when I downloaded this one. Now I've done the cowl already, but I haven't got it to show you because that was a present to my daughter. So I did that in cream, and I've done the hat, which I haven't got again because she had the hat on the cowl. And I think my next, I want to do the mitts. Oh, why is it doing this? There we go. So I want to do the mitts. I love the cabling because it's not, it kind of looks like tree roots. I think it's called the briar patch. So it's a set of 3. The cowl, the hat and the mitts. And oh, it looks better. I should have just took it out of the package, shouldn't I? But I love it. It's called Briar Patch. And who is the designer? Because I'm sure if you can't find, well, I'm sure you'll find it on her website, to be honest. Doesn't say who the designer is. Probably does. It's what I have. Jane Van Zwellis. Jane Van Zwellis. So yeah, if you pop along to, if you're interested in that, Expression Fibre Arts, and she does some beautiful patterns. I've done several of hers. I did a couple of scarves last year. I made one for my lovely mum-in-law, Val. Hiya, Val. look if you watched last year, and it turned out beautifully. She loved it. So, oh, that's the yarn. This is the yarn that I'm going to use for that one, and this is Croft Shetland Tweed. Shetland Tweed. What are you? It's a Croft Shetland Tweed. It's a DK. The colourway is Malland 8.3, I think it's called. And I got this from a lovely friend, Rachel at Sitting Knitting, many months ago, before the summer, I think. Yeah, so that's going to be mitts. Hopefully next time we meet, it should be on the needles. Excuse me. That takes me to acquisitions. I went to Sitting Knitting this week, last week when I was off work, Thursday, Friday, when I felt a little bit better. Oh, you know, you get cabin fever, don't you? You just got to get out of the house. So I popped to Sitting Knitting and brought one of her lovely bags. There we go. And some yarn, some sock yarns. I've got an opal. Is it an opal? It's getting pretty dark in here now. I can't see. Are there yarns coming? Fable. Is it Fabe? Farb. Is that the colourway there, I think? Not sure. 0326 the colour is anyway. And that's how it knits up. And the other one that I showed you earlier, this one, I bought this one at the same time, so yeah, both the same kind of yarn, both the same. Is it step? Is it called step? I'm going to have to find the ball band for this one because I'm sure this one was an opal. But we shall see. I might be proved wrong. I'll be coming on next time saying, I am such a fibber. Such a fibber. It's all wrong. I haven't cast another pair of Alex socks on yet. Again, because I just haven't been feeling it. So yeah, I think that's all of my whips, all of my acquisitions. Yeah. So now we can do a little, sorry for bending and showing you the top of my head, that's just so rude. So rude. Okay, favourite things. I've had a couple of questions about needles over the since the last podcast. I've had so many comments. People have commented on absolutely everything. And thank you very much for your questions, your comments. They're all really appreciated. I have replied to all of them, as far as I know, unless there's any that YouTube aren't showing me. If you have sent me a question or you have made a comment and I haven't answered you, please message me again because I'm not sure it shows everyone all the time. I don't know if it gets to a certain point and then it doesn't show. But anyway, favourite needles are, this is a set that I've got, Richard got me for Christmas, not Christmas gone, the Christmas before, I think, when I first kind of got, was it last Christmas? No, it was the one before, 2020, No, it wasn't. It was last Christmas. COVID was 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, that's when I started knitting properly. Yeah, so he bought me these carbons. They are Knit Pro carbons, and they're absolutely lovely. I love them. If you want a slippy needle, and they come with, they also fall out really really easily. I've had these in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, so yeah, so they come with several different wire lengths. Let's hold you like that. I think that's out the other side, but still. Several wire lengths. Everything's not in this set because I've got them on different projects, or they're in different bags. Oh dear. We'll get that shortly. So yeah, love those. I've done several projects with them. The only thing that I would say is, when you use them a lot, the coating comes off on the edge. I did have one there with the coating, but you know, oh, there we go. This happens to me all the time, doesn't it? I can never find what I'm looking for when I've spoken about it. So yeah, it's just see there where it's just the coating's just come off a little bit, but you know what, it doesn't make any difference to the slipperiness. It doesn't make any difference to the ergonomics of it. I love them. They're absolutely beautiful. And then earlier this year, he was feeling really generous. I'll sound really spoiled, which I am, to be fair. Yeah, I admit it. These are my lick, and again, these are called lick rose, I want to say. I think they're rose or blush. Is it blush? Lick blush. And they come like this, and you've got a little velcro band there, so you can stand them up if you so wish. You can have it just sat there like that, so you can choose, ooh, what needle do I want to use today? Yeah, there's that, and then it's got a little pocket here with all the usual, the cables, different size cables. I think there's a 16 up to a 32, I want to say. Again, not everything is in this, and you get the little stoppers for the ends, needle, a little sheep with both imperial and metric, so UK and US size guide on that, which is fantastic. Love it. And then the little keys to do it up and all the rest of it. And then there's a little zipper on the front there to keep all your notions and your pattern bits and pieces. Yeah. And they are a dream to use if you like a wooden needle. These are a wooden needle, similar to the bamboos, I imagine. I haven't used bamboos, but I imagine they're a similar kind of, but they're not that slippy that you lose your stitches. You can I've got that. I'm actually using them on my ranunculus at the minute, and I've got the other pair in the other bag on. I've got to say, these are my favourites. This is my favourite one, and then my second favourite is the carbons, the Knit Pro carbons. But yeah, and they're not too slippy that you lose your stitches. They're just right. Yeah, that's those. We've spoken about, I think, God, that seems to have gone really quick. 34 minutes, oh my goodness. Right, we'll do this draw before we run out of either battery or life. It's gone very dark. It looks like it's going to storm again. We've had terrible rain these last few days. Rain and wind, it's woken me up every single night. So we had 48 comments. I am absolutely astounded. Thank you so much for all your comments and all of your questions, as I said before. So I've written down all of the names and give everyone a little number. So from the first comment to the last comment, so from 1 to 48. So we've got the page there, and then we've got another. And one lady sent me a message, actually, I think it was about an hour and a half ago now, to be in the draw. And I thought, oh, I'm so glad you sent the message right now, because had I podcast a little bit earlier, bless, I'd have missed her and I would have felt really guilty. So without further ado, we will ask Alexa. Alexa, choose a number between 1 and 48.
Here's a number between 1 and 48. It's 39.
39. Okay, who is 39? 39 is, and that's Lynn Thomas. There we go, Lynn Thomas. Congratulations, Lynn. You have won yourself a little skein of yarn, and this is %75 extra fine merino and 25% silk. 50 grams, and the colourway, I don't think I could find the colourway last time on this. So this is one from my own stash, so I hope you enjoy. And this is your bag. A little carry handle, zipper. Okay, so there you go. That's our giveaway, our first giveaway. I'm looking forward to the next one. I've really enjoyed, absolutely over the moon. Really enjoyed listening, reading all your comments, answering all your comments and questions. It's been absolutely fabulous. I love the interaction that you all give. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. I think I've said before, I don't have any yarny friends like in real life, like yarny friends. So the connection that we have here and on Instagram is absolutely fantastic. Love it to bits. Love you all. Thank you all so much for subscribing. Is there anything else? I needed to do some shout outs, to be fair, but where have I put my book? I had on Instagram a shout out Friday. I think people do a shout out Friday. I'm going to have to start doing it as well, because I think it's amazing. I had a lovely message from ALJ.creations on Instagram, and they're a family run shop. It's a mum and 2 daughters, and they make and sell dishcloths, sponges, flannels, stitch markers, perfume bags, you know, the little perfume bags that you hang in the wardrobe. I'll try and leave a link down below when I've you know that I don't I was going to say when I've edited. I don't edit because I don't know how to edit yet. I did intend to learn how to do that while I was off on holiday for that week, but it never happened. It just didn't happen. So yeah, at some point in the future I shall I shall get around to that. So that's my one shout out there. Congratulations. I just want to say I absolutely made up for Alex and Danny at my Yarny Corner. They're doing a monthly club, just started a monthly club, and within hours of putting it on their Etsy shop it's sold out. So congratulations guys, I'm so happy for you. Hope it all goes the right way for you. You deserve it, you really do. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. There's probably lots more shout outs that I've thought about through the week and haven't written down, but I will get to those next time if yeah. So congratulations to Lynn. Can you drop me a line either on here? Oh, no, not on here. Can you message me? If you message me on Instagram, Lynn Thomas, if you message me on Instagram with your address, and I'll pop those in the post for you within the next couple of days. Yeah, it's Yew-tree-Yarncraft on Instagram. Or if you message me here, we can sort something out with an email, maybe. Leave me a message anyway. Okay, and on that note, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. It means a lot. Just means that we all are getting a little bit craftier and a little bit, not craftier in that way, a little bit more crafting, and a little bit more interaction. It's absolutely fabulous. Love being here. Absolutely love doing these podcasts. I'm not a professional, never expressed to be, but you guys don't come here for that, do you? It's just to hear me waffle. And on that note, I'll waffle off. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.